Hello everyone, welcome to day 4 of the Trick Room team, and as you can see in the title here in the team builder, it's version 2 because I made a few small changes. I just want to go over them real quick and then we'll get on right on the battles. Heatran is now carrying a Shuka Berry and it's using the exact spread of Scar's team. I think that's an improvement of the previous EVs I was using, gives it a little more bulk on the special side whilst still maintaining a lot of bulk in the physical side and still max special attack. I've tried this team a few games and the decrease in power is quite noticeable, but the survivability thanks to Sugar Berry has been quite helpful. And instead of having those forced PDBs, we have them in special defense. Then Sylveon is now using Protect over Psyshock and is now carrying Life Orb. So Life Orb will make it so I won't surprise many people that I change moves, but I still need that extra power for my Hyper Voices and Shadow Balls and Hidden Power Ground. And I also reworked the EVs a little bit to make it more bulkier on the physical side, while still having almost max special attack. Then Landorus remains the same, and finally Bisharp has a Focus Sash now, with all the HPVs still, but the Focus Sash has been very helpful against fighting type attacks. So with this in mind, let's get right into our battles with those changes. Let's see how we do. I tried to stay in the 1400 range. I think I'm a little bit above after the practice battles I did with the changes. So yeah, with that in mind, and as always, the team will be in the description of the video below. If you want to give it a try or rework things, it'll be in showdown format for you to take a look at it. And it's taking a bit to find a battle actually. This is unusual. Hopefully it won't be much longer. Perhaps. Perhaps Shot is down. Not Shoddy Showdown. Okay, there we go. So a Mega Gardevoir team, very similar to what we were using last week. The big difference being Conkeldurr. And now I was undefeated. Well, I won both games against M-Kangaskhan, or 3 games last week using this team. So I have to be very wary. And I don't have goggles on any Pokemon, so Amoongus could potentially be a problem. Definitely, using Conkeldurr definitely has a Trick Room potential himself. And Cresselia seems very important here to deal damage to Amoongus, and so does Heatran. But if he leads double Genie though, which I kind of expect him to do so, I don't know if I want to set up Trick Room, but I think if he leads double Genie, I will fake out and Ice Beam the Landorus straight away to get rid of it. Thunders will at most taunt or Thunder Wave or something like that. And I think Sylveon and Heatran are the next two to deal a lot of damage, to be able to deal with Conkeldurr, to deal with the opposing Heatran, resist Hyper Voices. Yeah, I think that's what we gotta do. If we set up a sub, we're golden against Amoongus. There's Amoongus though. So this could be a problem. Okay, so Landorus might want to superpower Kangaskhan right away. And okay, what does Amoongus want to do? I think a Fake Out plus an Ice Beam on Landorus seems pretty safe. Or perhaps a Fake Out on Amoongus and an Ice Beam on Landorus. No. Okay, the obvious play here I'm not entirely sure. Because there's two things I can do. Fake out Amoongus to prevent Spore and Rage Powder and Ice Beam Landorus, but in the process, Landorus might deal a lot of damage to Kangaskhan, and if it is Assault Vest, I won't even KO. Then Amoongus might try to Rage Powder the Ice Beam away, or it could predict my double up on Landorus, switch, and Spore something. I honestly, with no information, I don't mind that much. I'd rather have something sleep than be damaged by Landorus, so I'm going to double up on Landorus. Okay, so he does switch out. So pretty good move on my opponent's part. I double target a Heatran and he spores Kangaskhan. So now we've got a problem because Heatran will most likely set up a substitute at this point. And Amoongus is going to be a huge issue. Kangaskhan is going to take its first turn of sleep. Amoongus will probably protect, but I'm gonna Psychic it anyway. It didn't protect, it's just gonna Spore Cress. Wow, that did a lot of damage, so that Amoongus is definitely physically bulky. Now, Heatran can Heat Wave here. Cress will be asleep. He can bring in Landorus pretty safely. I'm still gonna low kick Heatran though, and Cress take a sleep turn with Cress. Okay, so Amoongus doesn't do. It's gonna Giga Drain, I guess then. Kang now has 2 turns of sleep. Another Heat Wave will not KO Kang, so I could potentially double edge Amoongus in order to get rid of it. Although a Psychic will also take down Amoongus. See, that's the thing here. I think I switch Heatran in here and I Psychic, hoping to wake up. Because Amoongus will probably Rage Powder. Nope, no Rage Powder from Amoongus. What does Amoongus do? Cresselia is asleep. Amoongus Giga Drains. Okay, so that's great. Here, I can Heat Wave, or do I protect? I would love to Heat Wave and set up Trick Room. That would be an ideal scenario. And I think it's what I'm going to do. Because Heatran is most definitely Earth Powering. If I get the Trick Room up, I'll be in a very good position. Please, Cresselia, wake up. Cresselia has now taken 2 turns of sleep. Okay, so Gardevoir switches in, Heatran protects. I Heatwave Gardevoir for over 50%, and I get to set up the Trick Room. That is absolutely fantastic. That is fantastic. Okay. So I really think I need to break that sub by Heatran, since I will survive. And I just damage Gardevoir a bit with Ice Beam. I think that's what I do. Gardevoir Mega Evolves, Heatran takes the Earth Power, Gardevoir takes the Ice Beam. And the Earth Power might actually... Nope, I survive with 7%. Okay. So now this is a tough turn. Because if he protects... Like, the protect from Heatran is pretty obvious, I believe. So I'm going to protect my own Heatran and Ice Beam his Gardevoir. His Heatran doesn't protect, so if he sets up a substitute... Does he? No, okay. So he went after Crest, gets a critical hit, doesn't get the KO. Now... I'm going to... Yikes. He can bring in either Amoongus or Landorus. I'm going to Heat Wave. I'm going to risk. That's a very risky move. Yeah, okay, Heatran protects. So my Heat Wave. Oh no, my Heat Wave. Okay. We are really running out of time. So, does Heatran switch out? I think it does. Because Gardevoir can't take down. No, I'm gonna go for the safe move. Yeah. Okay. Amoongus does switch out. Gardevoir tries to protect. My Pokemon are very, very damaged though. Like severely damaged. Landorus will probably start rock sliding away. And yeah, this is definitely not good. But here I protect Heatran and let perhaps if rock slide misses though. Okay, so Heatran's back in here. Heatran protects, Landorus uses rock slide. Okay. That was a very good move on my opponent. So here's Kang. I need Kangaskhan to wake up. Heatran is dead. Going to Earth Power anyways. And I'm going to fake out Landorus. Okay, I do wake up. I get the fake out on Landorus. Heatran. Oh, it went for a Heat Wave, so Heatran goes down. That's absolutely great. That is absolutely great. Now, I'm going to Heat Wave. Okay, no. I'm still in a very tough spot. Yeah. Especially without Psyshock. Amoongus Rage Powders. Landorus goes for... Okay, if I protect Heatran and I switch in Sylveon, that fake out will probably be useful. Amoongus does Rage Powder. So as long as... do I value Heatran more? Does a Life Orb, Hyper Voice KO Landorus at this range? I think it should. And I want Heatran for Amoongus. Because Psychic did a lot of damage, so a single target Heat Wave will probably KO. We don't flinch and we get the KO. Yes! Okay, that's great. This battle has been absolutely great. I'm going to protect Heatran just to try, just to burn a turn of sleep from Sylveon. Amoongus will Spore, yeah. So now we have a good, well, a 33% chance of Sylveon waking up and doing damage, and we have a 90% accurate Heat Wave. I'm going to... What is more powerful? I'm going to Shadow Ball. And we don't miss, yes. Oh, it was a critical hit. No way. That was an amazing game. That was really amazing. I thought I was done for sure at one point. Wow. That was a really, really great game. Wow. I'm pretty proud of myself for that win, actually. Because I've let, I guess Tilt get to me, and it's probably noticeable in the previous videos. But that game, wow. That game gives me hope of perhaps qualifying to next year's Worlds and doing well during the season, actually. That game gave me a lot of hope. And so I've played, during my practice matches, I played against this guy, I think a couple of games, so this is going to be very interesting. He hasn't brought Raichu in any of the games, and both of them he led Heatran and Charizard. To which I will lead Kangaskhan Heatran. Or I think I'd rather lead Lando Cress, perhaps? Or Kangaskhan Landorus is going to be my lead of choice. That seems pretty good. And in the back, I definitely want Heatran, and I think I do want Cress. A lot of the time, I wish I had Shadow Ball on Cresselia. Like, I've considered running Shadow Ball over Helping Hand. Okay, so he's now switched things up a bit. And thanks to Fake Out, though, I'm pretty safe here. Yeah, I'm gonna Fake Out Conkeldurr. He might bring in Aegislash right away. I'm guessing Charizard will protect. So I might target the Conkeldurr with a knockoff as well. Just in case he brings in Aegislash. Going to assume Charizard protects. There's Aegislash. Charizard protects. Yes. Okay, so this is like this is a play that works because we have history. And now I'm still gonna be slower than Charizard, of course, but my Landorus will be faster. Now I know his Aegislash has White Guard, or I would assume so anyways too. A Double Edge will KO Charizard. Or anything he brings in, I guess. So what I want to do though is, yeah, I'm gonna Double Edge Charizard. And I'm going to bring in Heatran. Just in case he Heat Waves. He does Mega Evolve, goes for a Heat Wave. Oh, and he burns Charizard. No. Aegislash also went for a... Okay, he ganged up on Kangaskhan. Wow, that's very unfortunate. The burn. That burn. Okay. So what's the play here? Bring in Landorus. He does have White Guard. Superpower or knockoff will not KO Charizard. If he White Guards, that means no damage at all from my Pokemon. So I'm going to knock off Aegislash and set up a substitute. There's the White Guard. That's fine because Aegislash goes down. He goes for another. Oh, he goes for a Solar Beam. Okay, does under 50%. Now I think I'm in a pretty good position, even against against Conkeldurr. Yeah, that's what he brings in. So now, Landorus is definitely crucial here. I'm going to switch into Cress, and I'm just gonna Heat Wave, because Conkeldurr will most likely target Heatran. Does Charizard protect though? Does Conkeldurr try to break my sub? I think it does. So I might want to Rock Slide actually, or Knockoff. I'm going to knock off Conkeldurr and Heat Wave. Yeah, there's the Mach Punch. Targeting Heatran, he expected a switch, probably. Conkeldurr has Lumberry actually, so it's not Guts. And Heat Wave does not take down Charizard, but it does take down Conkeldurr. Wow. The lack of Assault Vest really showing there. Okay, so now his Landorus, I know it is faster than mine, but I can't just protect Heatran. Or if I switch out, I'm going to switch out. Do I want to Intimidate from Landorus though? I think I do. Yeah, I'm gonna bring in Cress and protect Heatran, just to see what Landorus does. His Charizard protects, Landorus goes for a superpower. Okay, that's Great. Now here I'm going to Psychic Charizard, bring in my own Landorus, intimidate his, and he's not getting away from that. The sun will land next turn, and wow, Landorus doesn't even go down. That heat wave does a lot of damage, but Charizard finally goes down, and now it's 2 against 1. Here I can just Trick Room and Protect, since Landorus, I don't think at half attack Landorus will even take the KO on Heatran, but no need to risk. Once I set up Trick Room, then both of my Pokemon attack first. I can even set up substitutes with Heatran to try and get a miss, or to even lower his attack, further, and 2 Ice Beams from Cresselia at most will be able to take down this Landorus. So yeah, he forfeits, that's great. Wow, 2 pretty good wins in this video actually. 2 pretty good wins. Okay, so now we're up against Japan Sand, except with Gastrodon, which is definitely a big issue for this team, as it deals very nicely with Heatran, and it's super slow, and the double Rock Slide can be a problem as well, so I definitely want to lead Landorus, just in case he goes for that double Rock Slide play, and I kinda want to lead Bisharp, because Bisharp does a lot of work here. I think gets a boost from Salamence, can hit Tyranitar, can hit Cress. Landorus helps out a bit against Rotom. I'm going to lead Landorus Bisharp. Definitely want Kangaskhan in the back. And actually Kangaskhan Sylveon is not that bad a lead. I'm kind of afraid to bring Sylveon if I don't bring Trick Room. But I think I do need to bring Sylveon. I'm going to bring Sylveon. Now, something I've really wanted with this team is a way to control speed that's not Trick Room, so I guess Thunders makes a lot of sense with Thunder Wave. But okay, this is fine. I get a double Intimidate on both his physical attackers, and perhaps he can't bring Mence in to intimidate my Lando because he will power up my Bisharp, and kinda want to just Earthquake away. Going to Earthquake and Protect. See what he does. He does have 3 levitating Pokemon though, so if he switches out, he'll be in a good spot. Tyranitar probably has Ice Punch, so actually switching out might be a better idea, because the usual Tyranitar is Scarfed here. It's a tough decision, and as you can see, my opponent is taking a long time to decide what to do. That Intimidate on Extra Drill is probably going to be very important, because unless it's Life Orb, Sylveon will probably survive an Iron Head, if it even carries Iron Head. And okay, so my opponent is taking a long time. Maybe he's lagging out, perhaps. Please don't. A-E-O-N-U-I. Okay, he finally makes a decision. That's great. He brings in Gastrodon, which was the only other Pokemon he could bring that would get damaged by Earthquake. Now here he might think I'm Scarfed. So with that in mind, I kinda want to superpower Excadrill. And Sucker Punch it. Or do I knock off Gastrodon? Okay, yeah, I think I'm going to superpower Gastrodon and knock off Gastrodon. I think it's a much bigger threat to my team than Excadrill is it? Because if I don't take out Gastrodon, Landorus is definitely going down. So that is what I'm gonna do. Ah, Gastrodon protects. Excadrill goes for Earthquake. And it is Life Orb actually. Wow. Yikes. That's unfortunate. Now here, Gastrodon will not protect. I kind of want to do the same play. This is difficult. Gastrodon might. Excadrill might. What do I... There's so many mites. That was a great play by my opponent. That really was. So I guess people don't assume Scarf Landorus anymore was a first option. If I superpower, does a Sucker Punch KO Excadrill though? I don't think it does. Going to Earthquake. No. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna Earthquake and Sucker Punch Gastrodon. That way... Oh, that Citrus Berry... Wow, Bishop is not going down. Oh, it is going down to my Earthquake. Yikes, that Citrus Berry on Gastrodon. Okay. I don't get KO'd thanks to my Assault Vest. Now here, Kang's Fake Out will be pretty huge, although Salamence is an issue though. He can't just protect Salamence. Going to... Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. He probably double protects here. So I'm going to switch in Sylveon and Fake Out Gastrodon or Low Kick. I'm going to Low Kick Gastrodon just in case he brings in Tyranitar. No, he doesn't. Yeah, okay, at least he does protect Salamence. He protects both, okay. So now here, I can safely Hyper Voice and bring in Landorus, because after an Intimidate, a Double Edge from Salamence should not one-hit KO. It really shouldn't. And I can reset the Fake Out, I reset the Intimidate on my own Kangaskhan. There's a return, doesn't even come close, and that's now, it's now 3 Pokemon against 1 of my opponent. Now, he's probably, obviously, going to use Rock Slide here, and he forfeits. Yeah, great, 3 wins out of 3. That's amazing after a really rocky start. And I guess I started to think a bit more about other non-trick group options, like in this game, and wow, 3 pretty good battles. We're almost at 1500. And yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you can, like the video, and I'll see you tomorrow for our final day with this team. Bye bye.